I understand you might be feeling some pain right now because, trust me, I am too. The silver price has been pummeled over the last 6 weeks. Gold hasn't fared much better, but we need to talk about what you should do. Is it time to sell? Is it time to buy? You need to consider all the facts before you make your decision. So that's why we're also going to cover what's behind this most recent drop in the silver price and gold price. If we can gain some perspective on what's going on, it'll help us make better decisions going forward. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. What were you doing on May 5th? You didn't invite me to your Cinco de Mayo party, but you were likely celebrating the fact that the silver price just 6 short weeks ago was over $26 per ounce. Today, we're flirting with $22, a 15% decrease in the price of silver. So again, if you're frustrated, if you're feeling some pain, you're not alone. But it's so important to remember. Why? What's gone on? Part of the reason is manipulation by the big electronic exchanges, the COMEX in the United States and the LBMA, the London Bullion Market Association in London, England. They have been hammering the price of silver, particularly within the last week. I heard one of the top analysts say, jokingly, that at some points in a 30-minute period, there has been as much silver sold on those exchanges when the price really gets torpedoed, as much silver in 30 minutes as like a big percentage of the annual mine production is from all the silver miners combined. So we got to keep that in perspective. There's a lot more for us to talk about on this subject, but the big electronic exchanges are beating the price down. And it's also interesting to remember that the amount of registered inventory in their vaults is still near historic lows. Things could be coming to a head quickly at the LBMA and the COMEX. If the price of silver's got you down, you came to the right place. We're going to gain new perspective on what's going on in the market. We're also going to gain some new friends because it's my honor that you've joined me here in the basement. I want you, yes, you, to come back. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications, and if you give this a thumbs up, it really helps out. Thank you. And I've got a great little example for you to understand just how much paper silver is traded on a daily basis. I want you to think about this. Let's say you have a house that's worth $400,000. You own it outright, okay? If you could do with your house what the LBMA and the COMEX do with silver, you could sell your house, let's say 300 times. Futures contracts, right? You could give 300 people a contract saying they could buy your house at some point in the future. You could create almost $120 million worth of notional value from your one house if we were allowed to do that. Maybe we should call the COMEX and the LBMA today to see about listing our houses on their exchange. It's fascinating to consider what somebody pointed out in the Silver Degen Club on Reddit, that 90% of silver producers at this price level, 90% of them are losing money. People are going to stop mining silver if the price continues even where it is today, $22.50 per ounce. And then consider that Mexico, the world's largest silver producer, remember Cinco de Mayo? Do you think it's just a coincidence that that was our recent all-time high? Nonetheless, Mexico's making it very difficult for silver miners, extremely difficult. Newmont just shut down one of their large silver mines. It produces over 30 million ounces per year. Very little new money is coming into the silver mining industry. And what that means for you as a silver stacker investor is the fact that lower supply is what we will have in the future. It doesn't make sense. Nobody wants to invest in exploration for silver. Nobody wants to invest in development projects for silver mines. It's extremely difficult and not cost effective. And in the end, guys, that will result in a lower level of silver supply. Not to mention that even when the price does skyrocket, because that is going to happen, and people do get back into silver mining, it's going to take 10 years to go from exploration to actually producing any silver. It's going to be a fun 10 years. The Federal Reserve is another big factor why the price of silver and gold, for that matter, are down. They've come out again, unbelievable, with their hawkish rhetoric, their hawkish talk. But remember, it's so important to watch what they do, not what they say. And recently, what they've done is paused interest rates. I heard someone say that the Fed, after pausing, has never went back to raising. So while they're saying they're going to continue to raise interest rates, that remains to be seen. And if they continue to pause or even cut, which statistically is what they do within 90 days, the silver price and gold price could have a magnificent second half of the year 2023. The second largest economy in the world, China, they are screaming angry about the price of silver, screaming angry about the limited supplies of silver. They're even calling for an OPEC type organization to get the silver producers together and to limit the supply, manage the price of silver, because they say we need more silver and we need higher silver prices to continue the advancement of humanity. We need silver for technology and for new products to help mankind. I heard Andy Schechtman on Arcadia Economics bring up the point that the fundamentals for silver have never been better. He was lamenting the pain that we're all experiencing right now because of this push down in the silver price. But the bottom line, fundamentals, we know the demand story for silver have never, ever been better. So what should you do? What should you consider doing? Is it time to sell your silver? No! I don't think anyone should sell their silver, but I'm not offering financial advice, and I certainly don't have a crystal ball. What I like to do is dollar cost average. People have asked me for the last year, when's the best time to buy silver? How should I buy my silver? And I always say dollar cost average. Buy a little bit every month, buy a little bit every quarter, however you want to do it, but don't sell everything or buy everything all at once. Yes, you could have a great return, but you could also have a great loss. And when I look at the long-term, everything together, all the trees together, and then we look at the forest, right? The forest tells me we've got great green days ahead for the silver price and the gold price for that matter. I appreciate you joining me here in the basement. Please come back. Go watch a live stream.